Hello, legends and heliheads and choppers and stick bangers and whizzle thumbs and twirly gigs and lovers of all things radio control, particularly rotors. Welcome to another episode on Heli Shed, albeit a short one. Now, on this cold, dark, dank and rainy night while I was preparing the girls, be quiet, love, I'll be with you in a minute, keeps whispering in my ear. While I was preparing them for some flights that are coming up and finishing off some builds and general maintenance, I thought it was appropriate to put together this short video based upon and inspired by a recent video put out by Painless 360. A bit of an ominous title in 2023. You don't want to be searching for Painless 360 too much on the old interweb, do you? No. But anyway, he's a great guy. He's been going around for a long time and he's got some really interesting content. Link down in the description below. Do pay him a visit and subscribe to him. And whilst you're there, subscribe to me for the love of God. But inspired by a video that he put together, which was all about the bits and pieces he has in his radio transmitter box. What was in his box? Wait. So I thought I'd put a video together, show you what's in my box. Wait. So come with me and have a look at my box. Right then, legends, here we are. Here's our transmitter box. And good old typical ex-military, the pointy stick. Note the white end. Shut up! Right, so this is our box here. Usually people put their transmitter in a box like this, or they have it in a foam carry case or whatever. So let's have a look. Now, the first thing is we're not allowed guns in the UK. We're not allowed guns because guns kill people. People don't kill people. Guns kill people, apparently, which is why we're not allowed them. Anyway, we're not allowed guns in the UK, but we are allowed... We are allowed to go OTT on things like this. Because if this was my gun case and I had a gun, then I'd have this sort of thing. Right, so here we go. So up on the back here is just a few Velcro strips. The back here, and some key items that are related to the transmitter and the sort of, the fly-barless system, so to speak. Up here we've got an Align as box for ESC programming, which of course doubles up as our battery LiPo checker, and we've also got a spare checker here because this one will tell us the resistance. No, it won't. It will tell us the lowest and highest and the delta in between the lowest and highest voltage on each cell, whereas the ASBox will not. We've got a spare tile there, which obviously, as we know, you can look up there at the top right-hand corner about the importance of being able to find your helicopters when you're stupid like old Heli Mong here and fly it to such an extent you don't know where it's gone. Yeah, exactly. So I have all my helicopters tracked. This little thing here, alert, bone of contention, but quite hard to come by. This is a controller box, programming box for the K-bar. The K-bar! Oh my God, Mikael's going to come after me. Fill your boots. A spare K-bar underneath, a strip of batteries. These batteries here, these little LiPo, they're not LiPo, are they? They're lithium batteries. But these little batteries here, they go with my calipers. In my toolbox. That might be another video, actually, show you my toolbox. Anyone want to see the tools in the toolbox? Above that, we got an RPM counter. I think they're very useful for checking. Over here is a bag. And in that bag, we've got things like spare satellites, programming cables, and the like. Underneath that, another battery low voltage alarm, a spare lithium 2032, because who doesn't like a 2032 battery? They're in everything. And actually, it's a spare battery for the RPM counter and a servo tester. And all of this, as I said, is on good old-fashioned Velcro.
You call it Velcro, but we're begging you. This is f***ing hook and loop.
Which means, of course, we can keep it all nice, neat and tidy. Right, now let's have a look at this bit here. Okay, so moving down to this bit, I'll put this back, but you can clearly see, can't you? You can remove them very easily and store them, and yeah, works very well. Okay, down here we've got a towel. It's always good to have a towel. You never know when you're gonna need a towel. I don't know if I should be able to alter this. I should be able to angle this. Let me see if I can angle it. There we go, I've angled it and put a torch up on the ceiling, so you should be able to see it a bit better. So we've got our towel, and then on the top here, we've got a layer of foam. We'll take this layer of foam off with a little cutout there on top of our antenna. Lift our antenna up, and we've got a special bit of foam with a couple of hole cutouts that go on top of the sticks, so that it protects the limits, the gimbal. In the back here, USB for training. Obviously, I use ACCREDITATION, but it's in there. It's in there because there's nothing worse than trying to load files from it. There's no files on it. It's a bloody interface. So it's in their box. I've also got a set of spirit levels here. You never know when you need them, and they're always good to check level of the helicopter, etc. Lots of different uses. Couple of brushes so that we can brush the gimbals and get all the dust and shit out. And then in the sponge here, there is the transmitter. We'll put that down to one side here. And then inside here, we've got a couple of silica gel bags. Always good to have them to make sure there's no moisture that gets in there. There's nothing worse than finding out that you've got a soggy transmitter. And then inside, a bag with all the relevant documentation in. A license, look at that, so that no one grabs it. There's my license. But lots of other things in there, such as programming cards, micro B-stecks, lighting cards, and all the rest of it. Documentation, keep it nice and handy, keep it with your transmitter. And tilting the box forward, hopefully you can see that, but at the bottom, I don't know if you can see that, probably not. Let's see whether we can move this. Whether you can see that. Yeah, there you go. But at the bottom there, you can see that on the bottom there, we've got a couple of plastic screwdrivers for things like micro B-stecks and fly barless units and so on. And also at the bottom there, some bind plugs. Now, putting it all back together, you'll be glad to know, is very simple. And it goes like this. Now, before we put it all together, you'll notice that the foam insert at the bottom there is specially cut out for the transmitter. Very simple to come by. You can buy this as a block of foam, and this foam is essentially lots of little strips that are put together. And you can pull these strips out and create your own pattern. It looks very professional, and more importantly than it looking very professional, it's very, very practical. That's all there is to it. Close the lid, lock it up, off to the flight line. Where's me bloody... No wonder I couldn't see what I was doing. I've lost my bloody glasses. They're not on my head, are they? They're not on my head. Where are they? How am I supposed to make it back up into the house without me glasses? Watch out for that tree. Anyway, that was me box. Hope you enjoyed me box. And maybe you took something from it. What do I take from it? I think I'm a little bit mad with a bit of the old OCD. But in all honesty, actually, having it all in one place like that in a box, if it's remotely relative to the controller or to your transmitter, actually is very, very useful. So, you know, and this is the first season where I've done that. Usually I had all that stuff there in my toolbox, and I would go to the flight line with about 4 or 5 boxes. It was like moving house instead of flying helicopter. So now I'm not going to be doing that. It's mainly in there, and I'll take a small toolbox. So there you go. That was my box. Maybe you took something from that. Maybe you didn't. I don't know. But there you go. I've shown you my box. I feel a lot better now. Thank you to Painless 360 for inspiring this video. And if I've inspired you to go and sort your own box out, do a bit of box admin, then good for you. And if not, and if this has wasted your time, well, you're still here, aren't you? Take care till the next video. See you later. Bye-bye.